Hello. Good morning, everyone. So, on behalf of, I request all the students to take your seats. Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. On behalf of DES Pune University, I welcome our today's guest, Mr. Akash Mavale, Corporate Group Head, Artificial Intelligence, Larsen and Turbo, and our governing body member. Sir has completed PhD in AI ML domain from Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay in 2015. Sir has also completed MBA in Operation Research Business Strategy in 1998 from IIT Bombay, BTech from COEP. Sir is having more than 17 years of experience in AI and 26 years of experience as a member of Group Tech Council. His leadership has been instrumental in implementing cutting-edge AI initiatives across various projects, showcasing his ability to integrate advanced technologies into traditional engineering practices. Once again, I welcome you, sir, and I request you kindly enlighten our students and us with your enriched experience in this domain.
Professor Khandekar and Professor Joshi and Tushar, right? Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity, this platform. DES Pune is such a, historical institution, and it is always pleasure to be on this forum, and more importantly, talking to students. Okay. Before we jump into what I want to say, I want to know whom I am talking to and what are their concerns and issues. So these are all first year, second year, which branch? MSc Data Science, all of you. Mix. Even engineering first year, second year. Okay, wonderful. All right, great. Okay, cool. Mostly I can correlate with you very well because my daughter is doing first year engineering, my son is doing first year MS in Georgia Tech. So I have been through all the I would say tyranny of young minds like you and the amount of I would say energy required to understand you. Actually, I have been, as a parent, I have been spending time. Luckily, both my daughter and son, they are now working in AI. Son is obviously doing his MS, but daughter will jump into her engineering degree program. What I would like to really give is, I don't want to give GAN in that sense because GAN is not welcome. Okay. So I'm going to tell some stories, and those stories are in a way very interesting stories about how I feel about AI. Okay. So I will start with what are my overall thoughts about AI. Then I'll come to you saying how it is relevant to your careers. How do you have to build your foundation? And what has happened in my own life. I'm just going to give you those examples. They might inspire you. They might give you some information. So that is how I would like to structure. Now, when it comes to AI, let's make it little interactive. I'm okay, if everybody is okay. So what does come to your mind when you say AI? First row. Okay, somebody from. Okay.
AI means artificial intelligence. It is a proper tool to enhance our work easily with that.
Okay, very good. So that's a good definition. Let's stick with this definition right now. There are so many definitions. What I feel is AI is powering a lot of other industries. Okay. Have you studied recent 3 Nobel laureates? Physics Nobel, Chemistry Nobel and Economics Nobel. Have you heard Nobel? Any observation on that? Okay, so all 3 Nobels are, by the way, to AI scientists. Even Economics Nobel is given to AI scientists. Physics Nobel is given to AI scientists. Both of them. And even Chemistry Nobel chemistry Nobel is also. Hello. So chemistry Nobel is also given to AI scientists. That is the power of AI right now. In every industry, it is trying to, I would say, turbocharge every other industry. Okay, so today when you drive a car, let's say you are driving a Tesla car, it has AI, it has electronics, it has plastics, it has mechanical engineering. But AI is driving the car. So that is the power of AI today. So that's one thing you should always remember, that you might come to AI from data science perspective, from computer science perspective, and I was just explaining them that AI has 6 to 7 parent branches. So AI basically came from maths and stats, philosophy. Why philosophy? Because philosophy is all about analysis of mind, analysis of knowledge, and so on. It also came from psychology, it also came from economics, it also came from the computer science, because computer science and maths, they are also required, and psychology, philosophy, statistics, economics. These are the branches which have contributed. So if you take all the equations in AI algorithms, they come from all these branches. To give you one example which nobody would believe, the present global godfather of AI and Nobel laureate, Sir Geoffrey Hinton, has a first bachelor degree in psychology, and his next degree was PhD in AI. He has no computer science degree. Okay, so that is the power of the multidisciplinary approach. If you remember that, I think you will build a wonderful career in AI. So that should be your, so let's say you are in data science and somebody is in, let's say, computer science, and somebody might be in mathematics, somebody must be doing economics or operation research. All of these branches are now either powered by AI or they are converging into AI. Okay, so that is a big benefit. I will throw some light about what I have been doing. So I started in AI pretty early. I never left AI, but I was just waiting for so many years for AI to become popular. So in my second year engineering, we used to go to this place called CDAC in Pune University. And CDAC had a supercomputer that time, and nobody knew what to do with supercomputer. But for that matter, in 1992, nobody knew what to do with computer. Okay, we used to write Pascal or Fortran programs and write some mathematical algorithms from an engineering perspective. So we were simulating M1, M2, M3 calculation, electrical engineering calculations, and so on. But that time there was a book which was full of dust. Actually, I got a book on neural networks, and I built my first neural network in 1992, before I even graduated with BTech, using a combination of Fortran and C++. It was a 2000 line of code to write the first neural network. If I remember correctly, I had like 3 hidden layers, so totally 5 layers. Everybody knows neural network or no? Yes. Okay, just Google it. You Google and do image search, you will know what neural network. So what neural network is, neural network in a way effectively simulates the neurons in our brain, okay, the way they process. So if you know today, how many of you do air travel today? Airports, you use airports. Do you use Digi Yatra? How many of you? So Digi Yatra has a face recognition technology. It's a convolutional neural network. Okay. How many of you use Google? Everybody. Every piece of Google algorithm is AI. Okay. So the way, coming back to my journey, I started at CDAC. It was still second year. I built my first AI algorithm using Fortran and C. It was neural network. We were trying to predict something called as root locus method in control theory. If any of you know control theory. Then I moved to IIT Bombay. During my masters, I again built neural network to predict exchange rates. Okay. So imagine AI as a toolkit to solve large amount of problems. Okay. So if you take a AI view of a very narrow, so there is a narrow view of AI where people will say AI is just another fad, it's a hype, it will just go away. We will learn AI and tomorrow some some new eye will come. What will we do? I think if you are learning the foundation of AI, you will never go out of fashion. I have at least not gone out of fashion for 27 years, right? In fact, from my engineering degree, it is almost 29 years, if I say. I have never gone out of fashion, and somebody from my college will confirm that, right? And one of the main reasons has been, part of my resume is not covered here, but I built 3 companies, and I have always been hands-on. I never graduated to that manager position. I have been CEO of a company. Now I am running a large team there in L&T. I have been running 1,000 people team in US, but I always remain individual contributor. Okay, that's one of my biggest lesson to be given to anybody. Same is followed with people who in my family, people who feel that I have achieved something. If you don't leave hands-on work, you will succeed in any part of your life. Okay, you know why doctors are so successful? Because they do surgery by their hand. Okay, and as soon as they become administrator of a hospital, they lose their value. Okay, so what happens is never leave hands-on skills. I don't know how many of you do coding out of choice. Okay, tomorrow if I tell you that the coding jobs will seek you 10,000 rupees per month salary, will you still do coding? He will do it, maybe others. I'm okay with that. What I'm saying is, start building passion in doing things in a hands-on manner. Okay, so start learning maths, start learning statistics, start learning Python coding. I don't know how many of you do Python coding. Yeah, it's okay. 5, 6, I think all hands should go up. Okay, eventually. I have to come here more frequently then. Anyway, so be hands-on. I think that's one lesson I have learned. Second thing, moving on from my initial years, from my masters at IIT Bombay, I happened to start my first company at the age of 25. Now imagine typical middle-class Maharashtrian family, not encouraging at all to their son, who has done BE from COEP, MBA from IIT Bombay, who has his H1B stamped, and now he says, no, I want to start my own company. Okay, so everybody will tell you follow your passions, but it is going to be hard. Please remember that. Okay, it was extremely hard. At the age of 25, when I had my H1B stamped, I was all set to go to US. I said, nothing doing, I'm starting my first company. That's how my journey started. Then I built second company, third company. What I'm trying to now, so I'll move away from my career part, and then let's focus on your careers. Okay, so broadly, I will ask maybe 3-4 people, some of them who are trying to sleep. I might ask them also, that what do you see your career progress? How do you see your career progress? Can somebody get up and tell me what is the progress? Okay.
After 5 years, I am seeing myself as a skilled and as a mechanized guy who can deal with machines,
Yeah.
and who can follow my passion also.
Okay.
And who can follow my passions also. So that is the thing, because it's not my main passion. My main passion is something
Sure,
else.
sure. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody from here? Anybody? First row. So anyway, what I feel is the way you need to plan your careers is focus on a lot of mathematics for data science. It is very, very essential. Focus on building competencies in other areas like coding, as well as get into other areas like maybe read a lot of philosophy. That's what I have been doing. I'm just telling you my own template. It takes years to build this kind of knowledge, and that's where I feel that allows me to be on the top of the game. Heading $27 billion company's AI is a big responsibility, because we have to think about responsible AI. We have to think about ethical usage of AI. So there are a lot of issues around ethics, safety, data privacy. So I will address little bit, but I think what is happening is for students, I had one conversation with professors, but with students I feel you can specialize also in AI safety and ethics. That's one area of specialization. You can also get into building algorithms, okay? Get into building algorithms early on your life, okay? You are right now at an undergrad level. You have just crossed 17, 18, all of you, 17, 18. Some of you are masters, so maybe 21. This is the point to build your careers by doing things, okay? So if all of you want to, whoever wants to build career in data science and AI, have a laptop, have a Python installed on it, start coding, okay? That is the culture which is there in US, Europe, and that's where people are ahead of, in many ways they are ahead of us, okay? But in many ways they are behind us also, which is the good news. But I will focus on that little later. What I want to also cover, I have a few points, more points, I'll cover them since there are no questions, but I'm okay to people asking me any questions actually. See, today I see whether AI will impact your day-to-day lives. That's the first question everybody is asking. I am recommending a lot of, wherever I am going, I am telling professors to enforce usage of AI and then bring out creativity. So there are professors in US who are telling students you should use ChatGPT to finish this assignment. After you finish it through ChatGPT, you have your own interpretation and that is scored as a CGPA, as a scoring mechanism. So that is what I will suggest to all of you. How many of you are using AI right now? Okay. And what are the broad 3 use cases where you are using AI? Presentations, okay. What else? Assignments, okay. Topic summarization, okay. Gleaning knowledge. What else? Ideation, problem solving. Wonderful. They don't need me. So this is good. This is encouraging. This is very awesome. But I'll tell you next level. How many of you do chain of thought prompting? Have you heard of this word?
Yes.
Okay. That can be used to do reasoning. That can be used to, how many of you know 3 classes of logic? Deduction, induction and abduction. Okay, study that. Just meta AI that or whatever you are using. Okay. The reason I am telling you is today there is no limit. So I'll give you one example. Do you know why we have in top 15 4 chess champions who are from India and who are age below 22?
I am also a national level chess player.
Great.
So Gukesh
Pragyanand.
Gukesh Pragnananda, Vidit Gujarati,
Yeah,
and
correct.
fourth one is I think Arjun Irigasi.
Correct. But the question was not who are they? Why are they ahead of the game? Why Magnus Carlsen is also fond of them?
So why Magnus Carlsen? Because we will go back to 90s because Vishwanathan Anand has created a chess culture in India
Correct?
and it has influenced the whole South.
Correct.
That.
But Vishy has been doing his 1968 born. He has been doing it for so many years. What is the AI connection of chess? How many of you know alpha chess?
Alpha Stockfish.
Stockfish is old. That is non-AI. Alpha chess. Have you seen alpha chess?
Alpha chess, yes, I have seen 2 of matches of Gary Kasparov.
By the way, all these 4 guys, including now we won big medal, right?
Olympics.
We are always competing with Russians in having luminaries of grandmasters in chess. You know why it is happening? Everybody is leveraging AI. Today you can go on alpha chess and come up with new strategies. The same way you are going and creating new presentations. Same way chess champions are using AI. That is the power of alpha chess. You should use alpha chess, by the way.
I was using
Chessbase is chess app. Stockfish is chess app. I'm talking about using AI in chess. You are missing the point. Start using Alpha Chess. Alpha Chess is all reinforcement learning, psychology. It is Monte Carlo tree search. It is Bellman optimality condition. All of that. Okay. Now the reason. So today what is happening is people are going to machine to learn new strategies. And machine. So and it all started with Deep Blue, by the way. Deep Blue could beat Kramnik first, then Kasparov first, and then Kramnik. Okay, it could beat both of them. But those are still pre-AI chess algorithms. These were still brilliant algorithms, but they had no AI. Now, the real AI today is not supervised learning. It is self-supervised learning, reinforcement learning, meta-learning. These are the three branches of AI. You should ideally listen to some of the professors. I'll give a list to your professors. So listen to Jeffrey Hinton, Yoshia Bengio, Ilya Sutskever, Jan LeCun, Andrew Ng, and I think that's a good list to start with. You should listen to all their videos. They are talking about what will happen after ChatGPT. Okay, because ChatGPT is only 1% of the AI. The real AI has not arrived. The real AI is subconscious thinking simulation, consciousness thinking simulation, feelings, emotions, all of that. That AI has not arrived. Right now, AI has only solved the eye problem and language problem. You realize that, right? AI has still not solved the subconscious thinking problem, consciousness problem. AI still cannot do, in 20 hours, AI cannot learn how to drive car. That's a famous statement by Professor Jan LeCun. We are inviting him in Chennai, in couple of weeks. He's one of the Alan Turing Award winners. Start listening to these guys. Even if you understand 1% of what they are saying, your career is set. Okay? And start building more and more foundation in terms of maths, statistics, computer science, and doing it in hands-on. One of the biggest thing Indian IT industry is struggling now is people who are not hands-on. So most of the project manager, business analyst, test managers are on the verge of losing their jobs because they are not hands-on. Okay, I tell in my team also, if you want to remain in IT industry and relevant, start coding. You might do little bit coding depending on where you are. So that's another perspective I want to give. Another thing, another brand new perspective which I am personally working on, and I generously share with everybody. India had a brilliant person 2500 years ago. His name was Maharshi Panini. He wrote something called as Ashtadhyayi. It is a collection of 4000 sutras. And that became foundation of Sanskrit grammar. His work was extended by Rishi Katyayana and Rishi Pingala. And Pingala was, by the way, combinatorics. He wrote combinatorics. Some of them wrote operation research also, but we don't celebrate them for some strange reason. I am doing work particularly in an area where, see, present day generative AI, the most state of the art. What is present day most modern AI platform right now? Anybody? But OpenAI, right? OpenAI is the advanced one, correct? OpenAI is still generating by looking at what is already there. What if I give you a tool which will generate new concepts, new language, new constructs? Brand new. There's nothing right now. And that's what I'm working on, that project. It might take 10 years, 20 years. But that will be a fusion of generative AI and Panini language machine. Because Panini language machine has capability to build context-free grammar. It has capacity to build semantic nets. So there is one professor at Stanford, Paul Kapersky. He is a Paninian. I'm also trying to be Paninian because I've just started. Unfortunately, I don't know Sanskrit. So I'm depending on a lot of these Deccan education professors to learn Sanskrit, or at least understand the Ashtadhyayi sutras, because there is There's another professor in US. In fact, he was a NASA researcher called Rick Briggs. He talked that Panini's work has a potential to transform into AI. So he talked for the first time. I will be launching a complete Panini AI lecture series very soon. So I have a whole material ready. So I'll be launching them as a video in next few days. But that is awesome area. That will change the way East and West can synthesize. So the Eastern knowledge will come from the Panini's work and Western knowledge will come from OpenAIs of the world. So those are the interesting areas from research perspective. But from job perspective also, I don't know whether everybody has a job perspective here, right? Who doesn't have job perspective here? Nobody, right? Everybody is focused on jobs. So get into the depths of AI and you will survive for next 30, 40 years of work life. Otherwise, somebody who knows more AI than you will overtake you. Okay, so today it is already happening. In good old days, whoever knew Tally and Excel was getting accounting jobs, right? Very soon in next 2 years it will happen. If you have, you will be asked to pass a ChatGPT test on the usage of ChatGPT. If you are doing coding, if you are doing data science, how do you build new algorithms? Have you heard of automated theorem proving? Has anybody heard of this area? So there is a separate branch in AI called automated theorem proving. It is as old as AI. It is like 70, 80-year-old branch. So automated theorem prover was built in 1940s without computers. It was built on all these punch cards and whatever. Or ENIAC machine, which was vacuum tubes and so on. Now what does automated theorem prover do today? Today's state of the automated theorem prover are doing silver medal mathematic Olympiad level of problem solving, which means it is thinking on all angles. It is thinking about scenario generation I talked about in the morning. So anything which human can think is already being replicated. How many of you like finance as an area to pursue in your career? Okay, so you should read a book called The Man Who Sold Market. It is a book on an American called Jim Simon. He was a mathematics professor at New York University. He became youngest ever. At the age of 32, he became HOD of maths at New York University. Then he assembled another 5-6 people team inside New York University, and he created a company called Rentec, which is still there. Rentec now has a hedge fund called Magellan Fund, and Jim Simon expired at the age of I think 82, 83 last year, and the returns he gave over 33 years, consistently 66% plus returns. And he hires people where Princeton, MIT, Stanford, PhDs also find difficult to enter into Rentec, because he gives them 3 days of puzzles and so on. Okay, now that is the power. And he says any intuition you should be able to convert into algorithm, and that's what everybody in AI is doing. Okay, so what is the intuition in convolutional neural network? What we call it as computer vision. It says that neurons see it as a distributed array, because it creates image on your eye, then it inverts the image in the brain, and then brain neurons process. That's how the whole computer vision or human vision works. Same way computer vision works. So wherever you can convert your intuitions into a mathematical equation, you will have AI, and which means practically everywhere. So in the morning I was giving examples. Today electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, electronics, instrumentation, computer science, maths, every field, like chess I gave you example, every field is going to be rebooted, turbocharged using AI. That is the power of AI. If anybody tells you AI is a fad, he doesn't know what AI is. Okay, and maybe he is only in the marketing side of the AI. He is only part of the hype. He's thinking AI is bells and whistle. One of my boss in L&T, he said, Akash, AI is very simple, it's some bells and whistle. I said, no, nothing doing. AI is foundational. AI will change the way companies operate. Okay, so I'll give you one example. China has recently released an AI hospital. You will say, what is the big fun? There is no human in the hospital. It's a full hospital. It has AI nurses, it has AI surgeons, it has AI administrators, and so on. So that is happening. On the other side, in US, US has 6,200 hospitals. Out of that, around 2,500 are rural hospitals. Out of that, around 700 are on the verge of bankruptcy because they can't operate at a lower cost. That's one of the problems I'm trying to solve. It might transform into a separate company. But there are 700 hospitals in US who are on the verge of bankruptcy. Only AI can help them. So these are the areas where we are talking. Today, weather forecasting, I don't know. Do you believe in Pune's weather forecasting engine?
No.
But within a year, you should believe we are building a large supercomputer. We'll have AI algorithm and then it will be as accurate as your weather.com. So what is going to happen is AI is going to solve very large amount of problems. And as soon as it starts solving problems in healthcare, which is the most critical industry. Right now, healthcare, by the way, is the largest industry. Any guess on how large healthcare as an industry is in the US? Any guess? Okay, how large is Indian economy, entire economy? You better get good with numbers if you want to attend my lecture next. Anybody? कोणतरी होतं ना फायनान्स मधला. GDPचा साईज काय इंडियाचा? GDP काय असतं? Okay, let's get to basics. Very good. GDPचा साईज कशात मेजर करतात? कुठल्या युनिटमध्ये मेजर करतात? Any wild guess? Don't try to get it right. Anyway, to give you some perspective, the whole of Indian GDP is smaller than American healthcare industry. That is the power of that industry, and soon Indian healthcare industry will also start growing because insurance has come in as a main requirement very recently. Now government is giving insurance, companies are giving insurance, wherever you are employed they are giving you insurance. But the point I am trying to tell you is AI will have one of the biggest impact on saving lives. Okay, how do you save lives with AI and data? That's one of the biggest theme people are working. So AI can help in diagnosis, it can help in prediction. So people have started, I don't know, how many of you know Angelina Jolie? Now if you don't raise hands, I am not going to like it. And girls don't know Angelina Jolie. Anyway, so, but nobody wants to say. That's okay. What I'm saying is, she had to undergo one critical surgery, and her entire DNA samples were taken. Everything was studied. It's like classical 360-degree view of her symptoms, history, whatever, you know. And machine learning algorithm told her that you have to do this surgery if you have to avoid the cancer. And she went ahead with algorithm, although the doctor was suggesting something else. So that is where AI is going, and that is the AI you have to build. The next generation has to build that level of responsive AI. I don't know how much I have time because I can talk for the whole day. If there are questions I want to take, any questions, any random questions? Yeah. Is सगळ्यांनी ह्यालाच दिलाय का license?
As you told me about the chess and
Yeah.
as you have told me about that stockfish purana ho gaya.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between engine and the alpha chess, which is AI you are talking about?
Yeah.
Engine भी तो वही काम कर रहा है जो
No, but engine has no intelligence. There is no machine learning. Engine has rules. So rule-based systems are never AI systems. Okay.
engines मतलब
Engines has rules. It is not AI system. A true AI system does not have rules. It's a self-play. So what AlphaGo did, AlphaGo learned the neural net weights from 2 million games or whatever. And then they did a self-play. Self-play means one algorithm runs against another algorithm. And that's how it is coming up with better strategies than humans. And that's what all these 4 kids are doing it. It is not publicly available knowledge. They are using everyday AI to improve their strategies.
alpha was by Google, if I'm not wrong.
It was a company acquired by Google, and the same guy got, he did AlphaFold and he got Nobel. Demis Hassabis.
Because recently the Nihon Hidankyo from Japan has won the Nobel Prize. So he was related to AI or not?
I don't know which Nobel he got.
I think in physics.
Physics is Hoffield and Hinton. Only two, both AI experts.
Okay.
Must be last year's. Any other questions? Yeah.
Sir, where did AI stand 17 years ago, like when you started?
AI was fantasy. I was exactly 17 years ago, which means around 2007. I was going to my customers. I was CEO of a company called Solversa Technologies. I founded that company. There were 150 people. I would go to Thermax and tell them that AI can change your operations. They used to say, Akash, acha to laga lekin samjha nahi. That's where AI was. Okay. So that's the stage AI was. कि तू जो बोल रहा है वो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, but ये नहीं होगा यहाँ. Because see, AI on the computer science and data side, AI is enjoying a lot of convergences. So data is cheap, compute is cheap, data is available. All of those were conditions for AI to trigger. Those were not there. I was selling it ahead of its time, you know. I was trying to sell that solution to a company like Thermax so many years ahead of time. That was the issue. Now it is not. Now if you're not learning AI, you know, your next generation will not be very happy with you. Okay. Now it is must. Does that answer? Okay. Any other question? Sure. Correct. So load Anaconda on your laptop, load PyCharm, get a nice book by Jeffrey Hinton on deep learning, start coding. Yeah. That's what I told you. Hospital replaced human, but the biggest opportunity here is AI will replace present human jobs. It will create new jobs, more jobs. So when I entered IT industry, people used to tell me, Akash, once you finish all the software projects in 1995, it's not even AI by the way, it's pure software. Once we finish all the software projects, you guys will be unemployed. That's what I was told. Luckily, I have never been unemployed. I employed more than 1,000 people over a span of several years of career. You have any question? No, I'm talking to her. Thought she had some question.
Sir, when I was taking admission, everyone told me that go to for specializations like AI,
Yeah,
ML.
yeah,
Go for the core branches because that branches will work forever.
yeah,
You'll get jobs, placements.
yeah, yeah,
These won't.
yeah.
So
What if AI becomes core in 3 years and you will be way ahead of them? Same way, mechanical engineering, civil engineering and electrical engineering were the core. Even electronics was not allowed. Right or wrong? Even electronics was considered something fancy. But we achieved. The electronics industry is ruling AI right now. NVIDIA is the highest valued company in the world. So I think you are on the right track. You just need to be little patient. Anybody else? Yeah.
Sir, last month I did a course about generative AI.
Correct.
And like they told about LLMs and everything.
Yeah.
But also there was a point that was how safe is AI?
Correct.
Right now, if I give a confidential information,
Yeah.
what are the chances it will be leaked? So last
Yeah.
year there was a news about Samsung employee was using
Correct.
ChatGPT for some reason that was leaked.
Correct.
So are there upcoming projects?
Now remove AI out of this conversation. There is, let's say, no AI. You are still giving everyday information to Google, Amazon, Facebook. So why blame AI?
No, but is it safe or other projects?
No, I'll tell you. As a policy in L&T, we have told people that, let's say there is a confidential design There's something called, let's say we do metro projects. So there is metro estimate, design, electrical. None of that should be submitted. It's not even allowed to be submitted. Okay. Having said that, with defense we have everything. We can't put anything on the online. So we have created offline instances. So we we bought specialized machines, NVIDIA, and we put our own Llama 3 on top of it. So it's an LLM. It's working fine. No information is shared to the outside world. But what I'm saying is the same example, if you remove AI, still applies. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah. You are not allowed. You have exhausted. We'll discuss later. Good. We'll talk. Yes.
Sir, you said AI is acting as a doctor in hospitals.
Yeah.
So how will you create more jobs? It is taking the jobs of doctors.
It is creating new jobs. That's what I am saying. See, I'll tell you. In maker checker concept is there in bank. Okay. So maker means, I'll tell you, radiology. I started presenting radiologists with convolutional neural network. They said, Akash, we have spent 25 years in learning radiology. How can this piece of shit will learn radiology? Now doctors are accepted radiology. The way it happens is, radiology still has to sign. It is still maker checker. So algorithm will be the maker. He will do all the Gadha Majuri, AI algorithm. So AI radiologists will do all the work. And biological radiologist who has degree and all the tamjam, he will sign that. That is how it is working. So this whole fear of all jobs getting away is unfounded. Some jobs will be replaced and some new jobs will be created. Okay. Today, how many of you know that there is a prompt engineer as a JD which has come? How many of you know? दिन रात लोग सिर्फ prompt बनाते रहते हैं. तो नया job तैयार हो गया ना? So that is the advantage. Any other question?
Sir, I wanted to ask, now as ECE students, we're going to take subjects like semiconductors, VLSI, and
Yeah.
Sir, AI is supposed to be touched everywhere.
Yeah.
So how semiconductors, VLSI, and AI will merge?
Correct. It is already merged at a level of hardware. Semiconductor is hardware, and on top of it, AI will run. So I'll give you one example. I'm working with an American company. They have created on a wafer of this size, maybe 1.25 feet by 1.25 feet. They have put 90,000 cores of compute, and it does 125 petaflop. That is the power of electronics. That is the power of semiconductor. So semiconductor now, it is like people say in the gold rush, who makes shovel makes lot of money. That's where NVIDIA guy is making lot of money. It's the most valued company.
Sir, especially if it will be like design in semiconductor.
Correct. I'll tell you. So there is something called as automatic pad placement, automatic routing. It uses traveling salesman problem. So it uses, let's say you want to build an energy function, you want to build a cooling function. That's where AI is used right now.
So because that field requires very core knowledge,
Yeah.
we have to focus on that. So how can we learn AI with it simultaneously?
So that's what you do, prompt engineering on that. So you feed everything. There is a company called Synopsys, which is number one in electronic design automation. So you put the whole manual of Synopsys to ChatGPT and it will answer every question. I'll give you one example. How many of you know SAP, SAP? Have you heard of SAP? What is SAP? I can't hear you. Anyway, so SAP is a ERP system. SAP consultant get lot of money paid if they just know T codes. Today all those T codes are available on ChatGPT. Open engine. I don't even have to do prompt. So that is the power. So everything you consider as body of knowledge, attach that with the job description and convert that into prompts. That's how we are doing. We are automating 6,000 different job profiles in L&T using ChatGPT, our own Llama version for defense and so on.
So something that we can start off with right now. People interested in AI and VLSI or something.
Yeah. So you can start with the design part. So yeah, So VHDL, Verilog, all the programming you can start with AI. You can run a simulator. So you can have a Llama 3 customized for you using RAG, which can act as a energy consumption simulator for your electronic design on a 3-layer multi-layer PCB.
We can start our projects.
Yeah, people are doing that.
Thanks.
Otherwise, how do you think people are writing marketing communication? People are the most happy. They are not even saying. I talked to our marketing communication department. Yeah, yeah. So when I talk to our corporate communications head, they are saying, Akash, our job has reduced from 8 hours to 2 hours. Because they are intelligently using it. See, it's not, we can do random usage in our WhatsApp also. But then you are not building enough history, you are not building chain of thought prompting, you are not doing RAG extension to it. That means you are not capturing the essence of AI. You are just doing open question answering. That has its own value. Because all the fact-based information it will give you correctly. But if you need specific to your context, you need to add that kind of prompts. So you pick up synopsis, EDA, cadence and 20 manuals and feed that as a rack context to your Llama 3 on your laptop. It will start telling you this is how pad placement should be done. It will generate a code for VHDL for you. Code generation is biggest opportunity. I don't know why people are not doing it. I made it mandatory in L&T. If you are not generating code on Microsoft Copilot or GitHub Copilot, now Cursor has come in. If you are not generating code, I am not approving your timesheets. You have to show that you have generated code through using AI. So that is what should happen at university level also. We should tell them you should use AI in these areas and come up with your own explanations around that AI. Okay, last 2 questions. Yeah. Sure. So computer vision is sub-branch of AI only. So computer vision means simulating the human vision. Okay. So what it does is it basically captures the image. A drone can capture image, camera can capture image. That image goes as an input to a typical convolutional neural network. It is again a neural network deep down. Even transformers are also neural network. And there is only one algorithm you have to learn. That is backpropagation algorithm. On that, the guy got Nobel. Jeffrey Hinton is the creator of backpropagation algorithm. He got Nobel only on that. So that is computer vision. So computer vision, like I told in the morning earlier, when you go to airports, DG Yatra is computer vision. If you go to China, you will be profiled every minute, every second. How many signals you are breaking, how many times you are spitting on the road. On that, your social credit will go down. And by the time you start in the morning, I'm just exaggerating, but that's how it will work. If you start in the morning with a credit score of 800, you might land up into credit score of 700 by the time you reach office by breaking laws. And your loan could be, 2 times or 3 times costlier to you. So the computer vision right now we are using in L&T in capturing material movement, safety. So we employ more than 5 lakh construction workers. And their safety is very important. Even one incident makes, chairman worry. So that is the level of commitment we have. So what we have done is every site has cameras. They capture the image and they keep on alerting if somebody is not wearing helmet. If somebody is not wearing the safety, there is a safety vest. If somebody is not wearing the steel safety shoes. Let's say if there is a site and there is a lot of material movement, construction material coming in, out, mechanical material. So we again use computer vision. People use it for attendance, I don't know. But I have always said seek attention rather than attendance. But we had implemented some of this in MIT earlier, where we said we will just have 1 flash, 3 flashes of camera and we will mark attendance of everybody. That is the power of convolutional neural networks. And that is the foundation of the entire computer vision. So we are using it for manufacturing, testing material, whether the material has passed certain test. Instead of doing visual inspection, a computer vision algorithm runs on it. So safety, material, productivity, attendance, tracking airports, movement on airports, because DG Yatra will soon automate. People are saying passport also will be, obsolete document. You just pass and then you are recognized. Retina scan, facial scan, this is all computer vision. Any other question? Yeah.
I want to ask how non-tech company accepting the AI driven
Example would be?
example means in any agriculture
Correct. Correct. Very good.
company or a
Spend a day at Green Tokri. Have you heard of Green Tokri? We should take everybody out to Green Tokri. In Green Tokri, there is an Australian couple. This guy has a PhD in agriculture. They settled there in Pune. They bought some 60-acre land, very near to Pune. Okay, you take maybe 1.5 hours. They are using every piece of IoT and AI in agriculture. So they are capturing moisture, they are capturing soil properties, and they are doing it. It is in big way. The another AI which is people are doing, the Google has something called as AI for social good that integrates with Google Maps, and they have this satellite imagery, and they can give you patches, the rain patches and so on. And in this patch, on this so you could, we constructed it from a civil engineering perspective. So we created a large geospatial data which tells us what is the level of soil property, from where metro can go, from where a road can go. That's what we do, right? Construction in L&T. We do manufacturing also, but construction is main activity. Now, what I'm saying is, while doing that, you can actually capture all these information and process, and that's where the whole AI comes into play. Everywhere, agriculture, there are several startups. I was at IIT Madras, there are 20 agricultural AI startups. In ISC Bangalore, there are 6. IIT Bombay has around 7 agri AI startups. So people are doing, they are using extensive, but that has to also leverage data collection, imagery data collection, soil data collection, which will come, sensor data collection. So it will take out the humidity, soil properties. Soil properties is measured by specialized equipment. That data has to be pumped into to a centralized data store or repository on an edge computing device. So those are the interesting areas. Okay. Any other question from professor side? I can go on. I mean, I have capacity to stand the whole day. That's what I've been doing. I have lecture sometime on 17 with army guys. You know, army wants to know how AI can be used. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. See, there are 700 hospitals which are inefficiently run in US, which will anyway render maybe 1 lakh people jobless. Only AI can save it now. Okay. So we have to see how AI can help. AI will definitely displace some jobs, but it will create new jobs. So today, I don't know whether you know, India has one of the lowest doctor, nurse and hospital density. Lowest density per 1,000 people. Okay, and that's the reason Indian doctors are some of the best doctors. If American doctor in a top, so America's top hospital is Kaiser Permanente, which has 40 hospitals, some of them in California. Then there is Mayo Clinic, there is Cleveland Clinic. These are the top hospitals. Then there is Harvard Med, Stanford Med, and so on. If you take top hospital, that person, let's say you take a kidney specialist, okay? He will see maybe 5 patients a day or 10 patients a day. In India, kidney specialists will say 100, 200 patients a day. Okay? So we are anyway loading the doctors actually. We need lot of technology. A very good friend of mine, we are working with an idea of digital health across India. He donated 50 crore recently to IIT Bombay. He set up a center for digital health. It's called Quata Center for Digital Health, kcdh.iitb.ac.in. So he set that up. So what I'm saying is, think about AI as a tool to do artificial super intelligence, something which human cannot do. So for example, we do deep sea diving, we construct inside the sea. It is impossible to send human. We do minings. It is impossible to send people in mines, but I can have a robo with AI on top of it to go into mine, and it will do autonomous mining. So I think those are the use cases we have to think hard and start delivering. Anybody else? Yeah.
Sir, machine learning, deep learning algorithms like AI and CNN, can we use it as disaster management or
Yes, yes, absolutely. NDRF is using it. I might have a lecture for them in next few months how to use AI. Everybody wants to use it. They have started experimenting. And see, AI doesn't come out of thin air. AI starts with data, right? There is no data, there is no AI. Correct? So people are anyway doing some conventional data analysis. They were doing business intelligence, they were doing dashboarding and all of that. So they are anyway doing it. AI only separates when you are using some learning algorithm. That's where AI comes into play. If you are not having any learning algorithm, there is no AI. It is simple software which you have done. So, okay, if I have to do, look at NDRF, what do they do? They try to reach at the earliest with helicopters and everywhere. If let's say there is a landslide in Uttarakhand, one of the examples, right? Natural disasters. Now, imagine right now there is enough data at weather forecasting level, satellite level, every level. If that data is analyzed and you can predict even 2 days earlier the landslide, how many lives you can save? That is the power of AI I am talking about. So, you as students, because by the time you graduate and come into workforce, all the obvious use cases are gone. Okay, you asking ChatGPT what to eat in the morning, all those use cases are gone. Okay, he asking how to work against Nimzo Indian Defense, all those basic use cases are gone. So think about use cases which will be complex enough, which will solve a large problem, which is not solvable. So I am also, my PhD guide is world renowned in climate change. His group that year, Anand Patwardhan, got Nobel. He was associated with Pachori and Terry group, and Terry group got Nobel as an environmentalist. So what now they are doing is they are building meta models, and those meta models will be fed to AI, and then they are trying to build a mitigation strategy for climate change. So I think it is everywhere it is happening, because people are throwing away older techniques, and it is so easy. I told you, my first regression algorithm or neural network was having 2000 lines of code. Now I write it in 4 lines of code. That's a power. Anybody else? Okay, good. Thanks a lot for giving patient time, listening to me. I would like to come back again, but we have some specific questions. I don't mind very, very narrow and specific questions, because you also have to move beyond. Yes.
What if one day it starts reflecting some things back, or it doesn't work sometimes?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not completely dependent.
Correct. So those scenarios are already possible. There is a 2004 movie called iRobo, must-watch movie, iRobo. There is a 1960 book written by Jayant Naralkar called Vaman Parat Na Ala. So Vaman's story is very similar. So Vaman is again a robo, and that time AI was not a popular word. So, but Jayant Naralkar wrote it. He says Vaman is constructed by a scientist. Vaman gets thinking, calculation, emotion, consciousness. And then Vaman says these humans are not good. So Vaman is sent on another planet to study the adjoining planet. And then Vaman starts creating his own family, and he expands and he creates his own species, so to say. Like human is one species, he creates. And he says, I am not coming back. He sends a message that मी परत नाही येणार. So that can always happen, but that has always happened. What I'm saying is, today, can you do weather forecasting today? I'll give you all the data points. I'll give you 20,000 data point sensors. It is already happening. Can you do Google today? It is already happening, right? Can you simulate Google? No, It is already artificial super intelligence. It is alive there for you to look at. Like I say when I teach philosophy, I talk about Advaita Vedanta. In Advaita Vedanta, we say that this is the moment. The past has gone. The future is non-existent. You should live in the moment you are. That's Advaita Vedanta. So that's where it connects with your identity with the larger identity. So according to me, don't worry about the advantages and disadvantages. There will be government agencies who will worry about. I am advising some of them, they will worry about. You focus on building skills. So it's like this, if you start running on treadmill, there is a chance of falling, but at least start running on treadmill, at least reduce your weight. Chance of falling we will worry about. There are people, professors here will worry. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Okay guys, thank you. Yeah, please.
If this AI is continuously monitoring you,
Yeah.
so is this possible? Particularly, म्हणजे मी स्त्रियांवर अन्याय करतो, तर ते
Yeah.
असं लग करतील का वाईट गोष्टी?
They have started learning that. Okay. Now, the real trouble is how do you ensure that all these sensitivities, gender sensitivity, safety, ethical consideration, how do you pack into those algorithms? Okay. Now what happens is, see, technology always moves ahead and litigation catches very slow. That is what is going to happen. So I'm acknowledging that AI has a lot of risk. But rest assured that people are working in minimizing those risks. Okay. I told you example in the morning. Today, if you compare all top 10 causes of death, in top 10, automobile accident comes. Okay. Have we stopped using automobile? No. Okay. So that is how we have to work with mobile. Mobile was used by a terrorist to start with, right? To blow up. And even now, through pager they blew up in Lebanon. How can you stop it? Yeah, you need better regulatory framework. You need a better policing framework. You need better law enforcement framework. And new laws, new data protection laws, new safety laws will come. So today, one of the biggest area is to do AI safety and, AI ethics, PhD. That's one of the biggest area to do research. So that will continue, and I think you should have a conscious interest in all of that. How many of you will end up doing masters and PhD according to you? Oh, at least some of them. Okay, good. You should, because basic degree will only give you job. It will not give you satisfaction. Satisfaction has to be searched continuously in life. Okay, all right. Thanks a lot. I think it is always good to interact. Every forum I go to IIT Bombay, I go to COEP, I come here, I go to American universities, I also go to other universities in Pune, MIT, Sinhagad, Symbiosis. Everywhere I meet students, it is always good to interact with them. And I'm more than happy if you have any specific questions. I don't know, my email ID is not put. But it is simple, akashmavale@gmail.com. But don't make the spelling mistake. It will go to some other guy. But that is the Gmail I use frequently. If you have any questions, doubt, any specific questions about your career. See, today, if you go deeper in the branches, I'm just repeating some of the things which I said earlier. If you go deeper in the math and being more hands-on, you will do exceptionally well. I wish I was 17 or 18 today, because with my enthusiasm, I want to start a lot of things. Because I carried a lot of pre-AI technical debt, right? I learned SAP, I learned analytics, I learned so many things. She knows, some of you know. You have to, in IT industry, you have to learn so many things, and you only use 1% of something. But you don't know which one will be useful. I knew that AI will be useful, so I kept on working at AI. All right, guys, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I am pleased to be standing here on behalf of DES Pune University. All the students. Hello. all the students, staff, to convey my gratitude to Mr. Akash Mavale for the wonderful session, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us with a lot of knowledge and your experience. We'll definitely expect more sessions from you in coming future. Thank you, sir.